Buongiorno ragazzi! Just beginning the video on a slightly diversionary topic. At the time of filming, we've just passed into June, and all you can see here, along with other stuff that I'm not going to show, will be taken down and back to my hometown, because the summer holidays beckon. But now, back to what I wanted to talk about. Monza. Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. I wanted to talk about that and why it has the label the Temple of Speed. So, the question, why is Monza labelled the Temple of Speed? Well, for starters, Monza holds the record for the fastest Grand Prix ever. In 2003, the Grand Prix was won by Michael Schumacher, and his average speed, including pit stops for fuel, was 247 kilometers an hour, which is around about 153 miles per hour, average. The circuit also holds the highest average speed for a pole position. As such, the fastest pole position in Formula 1 history. Kimi Raikkonen's pole position time in 2018, 1 minute 19.119, had an average speed of 263 kilometers an hour, or 163 miles per hour. Talk about mind-blowingly fast. Monza is also a record breaker in terms of, how can I put this, close finishes, let's say. Because, let's use 1971 as an example. Won by Peter Gethin, that race. The only victory of Peter Gethin's career, incidentally, in Formula 1. The top 5 were covered by about 0.2 of a second, and the winning margin between first and second is just 0.01 of a second, matched only, in terms of genuine photo finishes anyway, the 1986 Spanish Grand Prix at Jerez between Nigel Mansell and Ayrton Senna. In that case it was 0.014 of a second. Side note, 1971 Italian Grand Prix was the last year that Monza was raced on with no chicanes. So the Variante Retafiglio, Variante della Roggia and Variante Ascari, they didn't exist. So to conclude this extract of Road to Monza, I'll look at the nearest someone has come to making up a complete lap and going on to victory. It was 1967 at Monza, where Jim Clark, having sustained a puncture early on, remarkably took the lead after making up that lap, and was in the lead going into that last lap, but because Lotus chief Colin Chapman wanted to have the car as light as possible to assist that charge, let's just say the fuel calculations were a little bit out, because as Clark exited the Parabolica, the last corner at Monza, the engine in Clark's car sputtered and he dropped back to 4th place, which, while he was not happy, it was still nonetheless an astonishing achievement. And his charge won the Italians' hearts, you could say, because it showed the speed, the natural speed that the guy had. And in a way the Italians forgave him for the well, he won them over, let's say, after years in which they'd believed that he'd led to the death of a Ferrari driver, Wolfgang von Trips, in 1961, even though there was absolutely no evidence to say that Clark was in any way responsible. But next month I will look at whether it is true that Italians cheer more for the Ferrari team rather than any Italian drivers winning the Italian Grand Prix, or Grand Prix in Italy for that matter. Until next month, ciao!